When you look at the way people access this bursary program, first of all, it is quantified. If let's say, and I'll give you a good example. My county government runs a very wonderful bursary program called the Elimu Sasa Initiative, and I'm happy. As a county, we've had many young men and women who in the past couldn't access educational opportunities because they didn't have the fees. But when the former governor, current CS Mvurya, took over in 2013, he had a very brilliant idea towards supporting the needy. But 400 million has been put in place to pay bursaries to students. The requirement is you must have 350 and above for you to access this program. Many students fall below that threshold. What happened to that guy who got 349, 320, 300, and has an admission to a certain school? That tells you he's already automatically cut off. So it doesn't benefit everyone. It is not universal. As opposed to putting money to schools directly and tell people, can you just access education universally? And even the way the whole process is being run, you have 50 million as an MP. You advertise, you give out forms, bursary forms to many people. Not all will get that bursary program. Giving a form, filling the form, and actual getting that bursary is a different story altogether. So we know it doesn't happen. So it's all about balancing the political interest, regionalism, and all that. So we are still, way far much behind. Let me give you a practical example of the figures you're talking about. And it's data, statistical data. Let's say every county runs, and I'm sure every other county, because my county runs about $500 million for bursaries as a program for a year. And it's a small county. If we do by 47 counties, averaging at 500 million, that's around 23, 24 billion of money going towards scholarships and bursaries. If you look at CDF, give them 50 million per constituency, and they are 290. That's roughly another, looking at 2 billion thereabout, roughly. So that's a whole 26.7 billion in form of money that we can put into schools directly and still look for other money where government has money, of course, still the loopholes of corruption, still the loopholes of making sure money is not lost, and have free secondary education at the highest level. I mean, it's doable, really. It's doable. We just have to sustain the conversation and change the mentality towards making sure people are so straddled under bursaries that they can't go to school without Chimera giving them support. And I'm not saying it because I feel burdened. No, I am a leader, and I know as a leader I must be able to support my people. But I feel this business, this politics of bursaries, and I'm not saying when we remove bursaries from members of parliament, they will still have money to do roads, for instance, under Kera, what they're doing. They'll still have money to do schools, infrastructure. They will still have money to do police stations. We are not collapsing MGCDF altogether, but we're just moving these funds that are going towards education into making sure education becomes universally free and accessible to everyone. That's my argument. And these are checks that don't bounce.